Hello, good morning everybody. In today's lecture, in today's lecture, uh, I will teach you the use of potentiometer for comparison of EMFs of two cell by sum and difference method. In my previous lecture, I have taught you the article which is use of potentiometer for comparison of EMFs of two cell by separate cell method. In last lecture, we have done that. Now, similar to that article, this article is very easy to understand. This is the circuit diagram for comparison of EMFs of two cell, that is E1 and E2 by sum and difference method. So, here in the diagram I have mentioned all the necessary component that I will explain now to you. For some condition, you have to make arrangement in the circuit, that is E1 plus terminal, and this is negative terminal of E1 is connected to positive terminal of E2, and negative terminal is connected to the galvanometer. This is called as sum method, and the diagram shown here is called as difference method. The negative terminal of E1 is connected to the negative terminal of E2, and plus terminal is connected to the galvanometer, and this positive terminal is connected to the point A. Here is this point in the diagram is called as point A, and this point in the diagram is called as point B. Okay. Now I will explain the circuit to you. This wire AB is called as potentiometer wire, and you know this whole arrangement is called as potentiometer. Now in this circuit, let E is the battery which is applied across the wire AB having EMF E, where the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the key K, and the another terminal of key is connected to the rheostat. The wire the wire AB of potentiometer is the terminal of A is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and it is also connected to the positive terminal of cell E1. Now the end of wire B, the end B of wire is connected to the rheostat, to the variable terminal. Now here the cell E1 and cell E2 is connected to each other by four-way key. If you observe the diagram, from the diagram you clear that here key A, B, C, D, this arrangement is called as four-way key. Now the cell E2 is connected in this fashion, and this arrangement is called as jumping. These two wires, this wire and vertical wire, are not joint, they are jumping over each other. Now the terminal B is connected to the galvanometer, and the other end of galvanometer is connected to a jockey. Jockey is a rod, like metallic rod, which has knife edge at the bottom, and it can slide over the wire AB. Now I will explain the circuit arrangement to you. I think from the diagram it is very much clear to you that how circuit can be connected on that potentiometer board. So here, as soon as you close the key K, and after closing the key K, the current I is sent by the battery through potentiometer wire AB. Now initially in this arrangement you don't put any key, you don't close any key here A, B, C, D. In this case, first of all, only check all connections are tight and the key K is closed. Now first of all, to check the circuit for some method, you have to close the key which is A. You have to close this key A and C. If you close the key A and C as shown in diagram, then you can observe that the cell E1 and cell E2 are connected in some method. How? I will explain to you. That is, the negative terminal of cell is connected to positive terminal of a cell and the negative terminal of a cell is connected to the galvanometer, and galvanometer is connected to the jockey. Now, if you see in this case, you have to do one step here. After connecting the key A and C of four-way key, you have to slide the jockey from point A on the potentiometer wire, such that you have to get a point on potentiometer wire for which the galvanometer must show the zero deflection. Once again I will repeat, after closing the key A and C, you have to slide the jockey on potentiometer wire AB such that you have to got a point P such that the galvanometer shows a null deflection in its reading for sum method. Suppose in this sum method E1 plus E2, the null point is obtained at a distance. Suppose the null point is obtained at a length AP. Null point is obtained at point P and the wire has a length AP. That is equals to, I will take this length as a L1. I will take this length as a L1. Now, it means that the potential of E1 plus E2 is balanced at a point P by the potentiometric wire AB. Now, it means that the EMF of E1 plus E2 is equals to potential between 2 points AP. The EMF of these two cells is balanced by the potential between 2 points A and P, and therefore the potential between point A and P is given by the formula I sigma. Here I sigma is the potential gradient, and we have taken AP as a L1. We have taken the length AP as a L1 here, since AP is equals to L1. Okay, this is the potential of cell E1 plus E2. So we have find out the null point for sum method. Now, if we have to find, if we want to find the null point or the balancing length for a cell when it is connected in a difference method, for that we have to do a certain modification in the circuit, and instead of closing the key A and C, here you have to close the key B and D. Here you have to close the key B and D. If you close this key, if you close these two front keys B and D, then the cell, this is positive terminal of a cell E1, this is negative. Now in this case, the positive terminal of a E1 is connected to A, and negative terminal of cell is connected to the negative terminal of E2, and the positive terminal of E2 is connected to the galvanometer and jockey. Now, if you look this diagram of E1 and E2 is like this, means negative terminal are connected to the negative terminal of each battery, and this method is called as difference method. So in this case also you have to find the null point. So once again we have to repeat the same procedure as we have discussed before. So in this case, suppose you started tapping the jockey from point A towards point B, and you just going on tapping the jockey, and at certain point P dash, this is the point P dash, you find that the cell which we have connected in difference method are balanced at point P dash. It means that the EMF of cell E1 minus E2 is now balanced by the potential between A and P dash. So in this case we can say that it is for sum method and it is for second method E1 minus E2. So here it is balanced by a potential difference between A and P dash. Now, since we have got the null point at P dash, so we can say that the potential of the wire between point A and P dash balances the arrangement of cells in difference method. So it means that E1 minus E2 is equals to potential between A and P dash, and it will be written as, suppose here it can be written as I sigma AP dash. But AP dash, we will take AP dash as a, yes, L2. I sigma L2. Since we have taken, take AP dash as a L2. We have considered the length AP dash as L2. Now, this is equation number first and this is another equation number second. From equation first and second, if we compare these two equation first and equation second, or if we divide equation first by equation second, you will get a relation that will I write on board. For sake of simplicity, I just here I will write equation at downside because I have no space on board. So I will write first here equation first. I will write here equation first will be remain as it is, and equation second will be E1 minus E2 is equals to I sigma L2. This is equation number second. Now I will erase this. Now the next step was the next step is divide equation first by equation second. We will get I sigma L1 divided by I sigma L2. I sigma will get cancelled and we will get equation L1 upon L2. Now E1 by E2, sorry, E1 plus E2 divided by E1 minus E2 is equals to L1 upon L2. Now this equation we have got here, but for comparison of this cell, we have ratio here. Instead of E1 plus E2, we want to have the ratio E1 upon E2. So to achieve that, we will do some mathematical steps here. Just rearranging the terms, we will get the next equation, that is E1 upon E2 is equals to L1 plus L2 upon L1 minus L2. To do that calculation, I think this above step you have got clear. So we will do a certain mathematical rearrangement in this equation number third, and after that, after rearranging the terms, we will got the final equation as now do the cross multiplication here. L2 in bracket E1 plus E2 and L1 in bracket E1 minus E2. Now do the bracket multiplication. L2 E1 plus L2 E2, that is equals to L1 E1 minus L1 E2. Now just rearrange these terms. Here these minus L1 E2 take on left hand side. We have here L2 E2 plus L1 E2. This term I have bring here, and here L1 E1, and you know here L2 E2 I kept as it is, and this term minus L2 E1 will I have bring on right hand side. Now take here E2 as a common, and in bracket it will remain L1 plus L2, and from this side take E1 as a common, and in bracket L1 minus L2 will remain. So now we have got E1 here and E2 here. Now divide E1 by E2, just rearrange the terms here. L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus L2 is equals to E1 by E2, and hence we have got the equation. So I will write it as a final here. We will got the final equation that E1 upon E2 is equals to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus L2, and hence with the help of this circuit arrangement we got the final equation, that is we have compared the EMF of two cells E1 and E2 as E1 upon E2 is equals to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus L2. Here with the help of the sum and difference method using potentiometer, we have used this potentiometer to comparison of EMF of two cells by sum and difference method. So for that, this is the circuit that I have shown on the board, and this is a very simple mathematical calculation. If you do this much of simple calculation of from mathematics, you will got the final answer. This is the required answer for our calculation, and for finding different ratios of E1 and E2. We will continuously use this formula while solving the MCQs regarding to NEET and JEE. So I think all of you have got clear idea, and with this we will move towards next article, that is use of potentiometer to calculate the internal resistance of a cell. So if you have any doubt, then you can ask me anytime. We just have calculated this formula, the comparison of EMFs of two cells by sum and difference method, that is E1 upon E2 is equals to L1 plus L2 upon L1 minus L2. While using this potentiometer for sum and difference method, we have to take some precautions, and that precautions can be stated as, while doing this experiment you have to adopt some certain precautions. So first precaution is that the EMF of this driving cell E, the EMF of this driving cell E must be greater than EMF of cell E1, and it is also greater than EMF of cell E2, and E means EMF of driving cell is also greater than the summation of E1 plus E2. This is very important term while using this potentiometer experiment. While doing this experiment, you have to take the EMF of this driving cell E must be greater than E1, it also must be greater than E2, and it must have greater than E1 plus E2. So to do this experiment. Second precaution that we have to take here, that the wire that we have used here, potentiometer wire AB, is of it must be uniform. If it is not uniform, then some error will occur in the measurement of comparison of EMFs of two cell. And third precaution is that all these the cells, that is the cell E1 here, it must be connected at point A, where the positive terminal of the battery is connected. Means at point A, the terminal of E1, the positive terminal of E1 and the positive terminal of E driving cell must be connected at the same point. It should not connected at different point other than A. This is the third precaution. And fourth precaution is that the potentiometer wire AB must have high resistance. So if these four precautions that we have taken, it cannot affect, if that much of precaution we have taken while doing the experiment, then it will not affect our reading in the experiment. So I think with this precaution, we will stop here for potentiometer comparison of EMFs of two cell by sum and difference method, and we will move towards next article, that is internal resistance of a cell using potentiometer.